angel full of bullet holes in a dingy dive where nobody goes. Where time don't feel like anything new without you. I don't know what to do. There's an empty plate on a starving man for every face you take from the stolen lands. And while we wait for some kind of proof without you, we don't know what to do. Avalanche gonna bury us whole in a voice abandoned by the mouth it once stole. And a life wasn't meant for me, it's true, because without you I still don't know what to do. It's wearing thin, showing through after all these goddamn years without you. So I'll peel back my skin and ruin the mood, because without you I just don't know what to do. There's an angel on my pedestal, I don't know where the song is gonna go. Where life don't feel like such a gift without you, I'm just full of shoot. I can't remember the next verse. Hey everybody, my name is Storie Grubb. I come from a long line of assholes and elbows. We've all got some, we all want one, we all hear it on the radio, on the news, when you're walking your dog, when you're thinking out loud, when you're on the bus, when you just hit somebody with the bus that you stole. You shouldn't be stealing buses. You should have learned your lesson by now. Life don't make much sense anymore. Maybe it never did. And now it finally is, because it isn't. I think that's actually what's going on. But part of me is curious, and there's a little glimmer of hope, a spark of optimism. But not much. Not much. All right. Yeah, it's heating up. I had to say something. I had to say something about it. It wasn't my choice. Oh, god damn. Oh, that feels fucking good. Okay, that's better. Oh, what? I don't want to see it through. There's no use having dreams if they don't come true. I wanna go home. You ever just narrate your own day? You're like walking around with a guitar all day. I have friends that do this. We have like little guitars, like I forget what you call them, maybe ukuleles of some kind. But they're like little miniature guitars that play like a guitar. And my friends would just walk around the house all day, just like narrating what they're doing, like, and walking through the hall, going like, and then going to the bathroom. And then a little ploop, toilet flushes. Hopefully the sink goes, so you know that they're washing their hands, and then they're back into business, in the number 2 business. It's a trade-off. You got to trade off the wicked for the weary, the healthy for the happy, the wizard for the gizzard. That's better. I just restringed this one after I've had it for 8 years now or some shit. And it came with the original, well, it probably had the original strings on it. But I bought it at a thrift store for like $36 in Idaho. And I just recently restrung it for the first time, so I don't know if I think I did it right. But they're stretching still, so just like my imagination. Let me read some of these comments, huh? Hi! The producers are watching. Usually there's only just Terry, but I never see him, but they're actually waving to me and saying hi to my cat. Huh. What the? Ooh. Hey. Hi. They're watching. I'm live. Why are you doing this? I don't understand that. What? You would tell me if somebody was behind me with a knife or something. Santa Claus is behind me, I think. You see that? like I'm being watched. And then I got Osiris back there too, and then another Santa Claus. And what the hell's going on? Anyhow, let's see. How's everybody doing, huh? How's everybody doing? Let's find out. Hello, Internet. At last we meet. Or we meet again. Or what do they say? I don't know. Uh-oh. Somebody just responded to a comment on something on Instagram, so now I'm thinking, uh-oh, who did I offend? Little do they know that's why I do it. I leave comments, and then like an hour later I'm like, oh, why did I do that? Because you're playing into people's, trigger wars when you trigger happy trigger wars and stuff. When you feed into that BS, that's exactly what they want you to do. They want us like bickering at each other's throats and sickening at each other's behinds and blabbergasting and flabberbasting and all this kinds of stuff all the time, because that's what pays the bills. Meanwhile, we go to jail and we pay those fines, which are skyrocketing. The price of a helicopter these days is about $2,000 more than it used to be about 17 years ago when I last checked. Golly gosh darn dang. And nobody's even talking about that stuff. I am. There's so much going on out there, I'm terrified of everything. Everybody's gonna hurt me in some way. I gotta get out of my skin, I gotta get into your house, gotta look under your bed. And if there's room for me and you, we can all there. Go out there until the end of time. And then we're all gonna die. And stuff like that. So sometimes I get trigger happy just like the next bloke. You know what? Come on. There ain't nobody, I'm reading from the script. There ain't nobody that's more of a bloke that, hold on. Just like the next bloke. But I tell you what does this say right here? I can't read that. Oh, traveling? I'm traveling along the highway of life and I am looking good so far. There's not much on this page. Okay, sorry. My God, who wrote this crap? Why are you pointing at me? Who are you? Son, you need to get out of my garage right now. Hey, that's right. Shh, don't. Just go. Exactly. We're being entertained by a bunch of clay pigeons around here, folks. I don't even know what's going on. All I do know is this. I always keep one of these in my pocket with my change. That way at the grocery store, when I pull it out, I'm like, oh, hold on a second, let me. And then that way that can, lead to a cool conversation with somebody. And I think that's somebody else's joke, too, but it's true. And I remember seeing that, or hearing about that joke after that had already happened to me. And I was thinking, that's kind of funny because I didn't do it on purpose. But I still managed to get a conversation out of somebody, but it was somebody that I didn't want to talk to. Once they started talking, I didn't want to talk to them anymore, and there I was stuck, trying to answer questions about my favorite band and what instruments do I play and such. The hell do you think I play? It's not a keyboard pick. It's a guitar pick, you slimy devil. We've all been there, unfortunately, most of us, in one way or the other. Right? Oh gosh, I like doing this. Getting up high like this. Oh gosh. It reminds me of a child in the back of a truck in 1984. Going up and down the hills. Like this, very steep, mountainous hills, up and down in the truck. I was in the back. I don't know why or how I didn't fall out. I had a good grip. But that didn't stop my little face from hitting the side of the car and putting a big old fat scar right in here, right before I started falling out of the car. And I would have died if it wasn't for my brother, who pulled me back in. And my father, he said that he pulled my lip down and he can see my teeth through my lip because there was a big hole in my face. And that was the day that my teeth were stunted the permanent teeth that hadn't even grown in yet were sitting up there, and they got hit so hard that they stopped growing that day. There's a book about all of this. It's a coloring book. It's called Get Off My Lawn. Americans, get off my lawn. Please. Please. Does anybody have any questions or any chocolate milk? Let's talk about this. Let's get serious. I can't read. It's very dark. Hold on. Just one moment. Hold on. Just... Sounds like squirrels mating. Oh, they're there. They're there. Got him. Got him. Thank you. Oh my gosh, that is so much worse. So much worse, but it'll do. It'll do. Just like the dew. All right, now I can read. Hello, Daniel. Hello, a lot of my friends are here. It's good to see all of you. After the rain comes the sun. As long as everybody comes, I don't care which comes first, the rain or the sun. In unison, coming all over the solar system again. Everything is moist in outer space. It's not safe for us. The human race needs shields of golden glitter, because in outer space the moon and the sun come first. We hardly come at all. We come second best maybe, but oh, sorry, I thought we were talking about something else. I'm good. Hey, things are good. It's fine. It's just need some water. Sorry, I have an earpiece, and they're telling me that I did not win the lottery. My numbers weren't winners. But, oh my god. That's why I was flinching and crying just then, because I thought I had it this time. The producers give me the numbers every week, and every week I lose, but I have to pay thousands of dollars for these lottery tickets that I can't afford. And then they can't even give me chocolate milk when I ask for it for 3 decades. Okay. In outer space, there is no hope for me and you. Yeah, you and all of your friends are gonna suffocate in outer space with me. And my cat. She has a name. It rhymes with, hey, let's set sail. It's her name's Abigail. You never would have gotten that. I forget who it was the other night that said, why the accent? And I said, well, I don't know. And everybody started laughing. It was great. Look at that whisker. There's a whisker there. Do you see it? Some kind of hair follow. Some kind of hair trimming of some kind. It's white. Don't know if I should touch it. That's the thing. I am touching it already. What are you doing? Go somewhere else. No, not there. No, just... That's good. That's good. Just do that. Sometimes it feels like you're being pulled in all directions, doesn't it? That's right. It feels like you're being torn, ripped apart at the seams sometimes. But you're not. It's just how it feels, which sucks. But it's awesome too, because you can like take advantage of it, and get used to the pain. And then later on, you can make a living doing that pain and making a living at that pain and making a killing at that pain. There's jobs out there for people that are willing to do certain things, make a killing. But who would want to in this economy? It's hardly worth going to prison for life when you're going to not even get the kind of money that could get you some kind of your mama house or something like that on the beach. I do this for the beach houses, for my mama. Gotta go. God damn it. I sit on the beach and I sing songs to her. And they go like this. Mama, I'm going to buy you a beach house someday. A beach house someday. Mama, you know I love you, Mama. I did. But I'm so dumb all the damn time. Mama, I don't know what I'm doing. Mama, you're so beautiful and strong. Mama, why can't we all just get along? I love you, Mother. This is based on a true story. It was a tale. It's a very motherly tale. Has no end, no beginning. That's what it's like to love. To love so deep that you sing songs about it that are awkward and off-putting. Songs only a mother could love. Really. Unfortunately. Otherwise, I'd be making a killing at life. More or less. More of less. People, I have a twin brother. His name is Les. But I am more. I'll tell you that much. I was born first. We were born at the same time. We were born kind of adjacent to each other. Centimeter, like a horse race, just like by a nose. In this case, it wasn't a nose, though. I'd rather not talk about it. But, let's just say I nearly won. But I had to cheat. Okay, I'm not afraid to admit it. I don't know if I'm the good one or the evil one. But I did eat him. So maybe I'm both of that now. And this is a song about it. I miss my twin brother because I was so hungry I ate him. He was so good, volunteered for the homeless shelters and did all sorts of nice things in the neighborhood. I watched him from a distance, from the bushes and the alleys, taking notes on what he wore and how he spoke, cause I hadn't seen him in years because he put out a restraining order against me. Son of a bitch. You're gonna do that to me? No. And my twin brother, he's so beautiful and strong, but we never got along. So I ate my twin brother and gained his strength, except growing my teeth back. His teeth grew back, that bastard. Mine never grew back. He was like a shark. There were rows of teeth. That might be him now. He did ride a motorcycle, but he should be dead. I ate that bastard. The devil? My ride's here, everybody. Gotta go. How do I get out? What? Oh, yeah, okay. I have to walk on him? There's people laying down. I have to walk on them? I'm not gonna walk on those people. It's the only way. We use sign language here just to keep it on the down low to make sure that everybody just doesn't say anything, because there's 39 people in the room right here with me right now, a bunch of engineers, and if I could only turn the camera around, you guys would see a real freak show. I know that's not PC to say these days. You're not supposed to say freak, but I'm not gonna walk on bodies. They're naked and they have some kind of salve on them or something, and I'm barefoot and I will slip, and I'll cut them with my fine toenail. I'm not gonna do that, You're gonna have to call Terry down here before I do. I'll just go this way. This is like a quicker route, but there's broken glass and needles and stuff. Maybe I'll just stay. Sorry, it's been an interesting day. It's been an interesting few days. With all that's going on in the world and all that crap, it's crazy that every one of us has like so much else, so a lifetime's worth of stuff just going on inside of them at all times too. It's so easy just to look at a big group of people and just act like you know them all. Like that group thinking thing is just so gross. I'll never understand it. Why people don't want to think for themselves. People always talk about, pulling up your britches, grabbing yourselves up by your bootstraps. Well, that comes in different ways. And it comes with, well, I don't want to get into that, but if it hasn't worked by now, I just don't understand. I don't understand people. But it just makes me sad because it's easier for people to latch onto these big groups, this big group think stuff, if they don't know themselves. If you don't know yourself, if you've never tested yourself, or if you've never walked in somebody else's shoes, sat down and talked and worded with people that are different than you, and just listened to people. Listened. The world would change overnight if we just listened to each other. Everybody just wants to jump on some crazy trend, some bandwagon, some crazy ass choo-choo train going to Nowheresville. And it's sad because there's so fucking much potential in all of us. But there's hope. Every time I see somebody that's younger than me doing cool shit, and you see a lot of it, people just out there helping. It's like what Mr. Rogers said. You just look for the people that are helping. As the world's falling apart, there's going to be people trying to grab people out of rubble and save people's lives and protecting babies and kids, and to the very end, man. That there's going to be this dichotomy, this split personality persona that we all have to just suffer through and live through, and in order to find any kind of joy and meaning. And like long-term happiness, is that even a thing? Or is it just jumping from lily pad to lily pad of disappointment? It's like a hot potato, what's it called, the hot potato game or whatever. It's just called hot potato, I think. That's what life is like. And then, the potato cools down for a minute, and you get to like enjoy yourself. And then it gets hot again, and then the whole thing starts over. And that's how it is with humans too, because we bounce off each other so much, and we act like we don't, which is the funny thing. The funniest of it all. Act like we don't, like bounce off each other, and how we act like nothing matters, which is different than not knowing where you fit or if you matter. I guess. Yeah, there's so much going on. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking. When I was playing that song that I wrote back in 33 about my mom just a minute ago, that was the truth of it. The crux of it is all of that. Just, can we all just get along? I just know. I've had this guitar since I was my 30th birthday. It was my birthday. It was, what was that, 2010. I turned 30. And it was a Friday the 13th, and it was a full moon that day. And I went and I bought this guitar because I needed a guitar to record music at my friend Kevin's house. Kevin gave me the ride to the guitar place. It was on the way to Kevin's house to record music. I just went in. I was like, I'll just buy this one. I've had this ever since then. And it was naked when I first got it. And all these stickers are from bands, my friends' bands, and bands I play with in Boise. I played a lot of shows in Boise. But, yeah. I tried to name it once, and then it looked at me, and the guitar was like, no. I was like, oh, okay. I always want to get a new one, but then I changed the strings on this, and I'm like, okay, I'll stick with you. Written many a song on that dumb old guitar. Hello, Luna. Oh, sorry, Chad. God, sometimes I hear like the craziest stuff up here, because we're up on a hill, and there's all these apartment complexes, and you hear like little kids screaming, and it sounds like they're. I have to remember what it was like being a kid, sometimes, and just kind of let certain sounds go. But sometimes it's just downright creepy, because you just hear like these weird screams and stuff that like echo up here when the window's open and it's quiet out there. Yeah, sorry if I'm ignoring the comments, which I am. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not meaning to. It's not intentional. I just didn't. I can't read right now. Or very well. I can't read very well. But I wanted to read you a poem. Okay. Man, I write some stupid shit. It'll be. I don't think I can sing it that low. I don't think I can sing it as high as I want to, though. It'll be okay. You just gotta be yourself. No, that's not it. Who wrote this shit? Okay. Oh, I got it. I got it. And then the hunk took the maiden in his warm embrace, and the horses and the goats and the pigeons were all staring in wonder at what was about to happen. What the hell? What is this crap? And then they looked at each other with lust, and no. The animals started yaying and neighing and swaying in prey. Oh my god. This is... yeah. Not that one. I think that's how the universe was born or something. I don't know. Is that Greek? I'm not sure. Okay, this is better. My head was twisted. My arms were made to destroy things, grasping at straws, bitter like sour grapes. In the grave I find love, avoiding all responsibility, falling back into it without much hope. Is that what this is supposed to say? Scared, overwhelmed, out of shape, love handle, know it all, ugly idiot. I'm scared. It's I don't remember writing that. I remember drawing this though. I definitely remember that. Look at that cat. Look at that cat. Wouldn't that just look at that little cutie pie? I mean, what is a little cutie pie? That's probably my cat. I like to draw my. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm not trying to ignore your comments, everybody. No Radiohead. Oh, violent. Oh, I thought that said violent femmes, and then it said welcome farmer. Hello, farmer. Some of these are lyrics, but I don't even remember how these songs went. I've been in the war. I wore the crime. I did my time. I was ignored. It was too late. I crossed the line. And now I mourn under the weight of my own mind, as some are born only to break and fall behind. I was the storm. I was the rain. You couldn't hide. I had no form. I had no face. I took no sides. And you were warned now to go straight or suffer wide. But like before, you called it fate, and then you died. I always found it sort of interesting to write. Now that I'm thinking about it, I tend to write like that a lot in this weird sort of, I don't know, from this different sort of perspective, in my opinion anyways, sometimes. And it reminds me of a perspective of like a god looking down on people, you know. It's just this weird way of not putting yourself into a club or a tribe or something like that. Once you get above the clouds and you can see things you can get above the fray, you know, and you can see things for what they are. It's easier to know what you gotta do, you know, what matters, how to prioritize things, I guess. For me, these, you know, these live streams and doing all these stupid sketches and stuff like that on YouTube are just my way of it's it's I don't know. It's a stress reliever and all that stuff, but I love talking about art and promoting it and encouraging others to make it. And I'm encouraged by others that come on here and are cool to me, and like we grow. I've grown a lot on this platform, that's for sure. But it's important not to like grow out of who you are too, like what brought you here. It was just always just a way to like make people laugh too. Think about art and just make them laugh, even if it's at my expense, because it mostly is. I have a fake tooth that I could put in, you know, that I actually super glued it together because it did break recently, a few months ago. But I super glued it, and I'm trying to get a new one. But like I could put it in, but it's just I don't. I think it's just it's easier to not have it in because it does hurt my mouth. It makes my teeth sore because I have shitty teeth. But I don't know. I think it's important not to take yourself too seriously and take obviously I was gonna say not to take life so seriously, but it's at the end of the day you're the one that has to like go to bed in your own mind and dream your dreams and live your life. And it's not being selfish to like take care of yourself and learn who you are and learn from you can learn so much just by going inside of yourself and like learning taking and take part of most of learning knowing yourself comes with just going out and experiencing new things, getting outside your own box. uh, it's easier said than done, but it also it's like that movie What About Bob. It's just like baby steps. You just sometimes just if something is hard, don't jump into it if you don't. So I'm the kind of person that has to. It's like all or nothing. I'm just gonna jump into something, or I'm never gonna do it. Like if I when I quit smoking cigarettes in 2012, December 22nd, 2012, it was 8:34. But I was a chain smoking fool for many years, and I quit because it was just like I'm not gonna have any more after that. I can't just do the casual thing like other people. God bless you. I can't do that kind of stuff. Um, People are like, oh, I'm just a smoker when I drink or something. It's like, well, I was a I was in everything, and I just can't have that. I don't. Plus, I don't like when things control me like that. Um, there's enough. We're controlled by so many unseen forces as it is. Why pile on? But again, it affected me. Cigarettes. I loved smoking cigarettes, even though they're shitty. I liked smoking them, but it messed with my voice, and I was trying to at the time record an album, so it was like the perfect time just to quit, and I just never started up again. But yeah. Anyways, I don't know why I brought that up. Well, yeah, and it's like I don't know. Um, when I've told this story before, but when I was about 5, I think I was running through. We lived out in the country, way out in the middle of nowhere, and um, I was running through the kitchen, and I remember my mom saying, "Stop running through the house" or something. Just the thing with your mom would say. And right after she said that, I tripped and I flew into the living room. My brother was chasing me or something like that, and I freaking hit the coffee table, and I hit it like right at the where the corner was, with my face, and it knocked the baby tooth that I had right here back up into my mouth. So it like jammed it back up into my freaking mouth, and then busted my lip open. You'll see like I have this little bubble, but that's a scar from that. So it like hit me like this, and it just jammed that tooth up in my mouth, and it busted my lip open. So it was just my dad was sitting there watching TV, and my brother was obviously right there because he was chasing me. But my dad saw the whole thing, and I'm like cringing just thinking about it because it got real after that. My mouth just exploded with blood, and like this thing was just all open, and that tooth was just my tooth was, they didn't know what happened with my tooth yet until I got to the dentist. Um, and then so the next day, that night, I went to Enloe Hospital, which was like an hour away because we lived way out in the middle of nowhere. Um, and the doctors were, the doctor was, because I was squirming around so much because he was like trying to sew my lip shut, and he said, he threatened me with getting the orderlies in there to hold me down, and I didn't like that idea of being like held down by people. So I just I my dad was there, and I just like suffered through it. Um, and I didn't, because I was like totally fighting him, and because it hurt so freaking bad. It's crazy what you can remember, because I was just a little baby. I was about 5 years old, I think. But anyways, the next morning, we went to the dentist, and they put me under, and they like yanked the baby tooth out of my mouth, and the permanent tooth that of this one took about a year to come back in because it was so in shock from the trauma that happened. Um, so I like went for a really long time as a kid with this tooth missing anyways. So I was, when this happened, it happened when I was 27. No, I was 26 when this happened. Jesus, I got punched out of my head by some little jerk. Sucker punched me, and but anyways, yeah, I've always had a flipper with a little fake tooth on it, but it hurts. It makes the other, because when I was a child, and I was in the car, that was a true story, where I like hit the thing, and you could see through my teeth through my lip and stuff. That stunted the growth in all of my forefront teeth. So like my forefront teeth grew to be adult teeth, but the roots were always about 4 years old. Like they were just little itty bitty roots. And I have x-rays and stuff where you could see like my roots in the front, and they're all just like these little teeny roots just holding onto these big teeth. So any kind of trauma to my mouth now, and they're just gone. I'm surprised I still have my front teeth after all the crazy stuff I did, like when I used to drink. Oh my god. But yeah, I was told that I would lose my four front teeth by the time I was 40. Um, and I'm 45 now, and I haven't lost the other three. So I also wear the missing tooth as a badge of honor because of what happened the night it happened. I was defending my friend, and I wasn't defending him in a physical way either. I was just trying to stop these dudes from beating up my friend, and then it became about them not beating me up because it was just a ridiculous thing. I hate violence, and I do everything I can to. Back then, especially, I would do anything to like keep something from happening, like a fight from happening or something. I would break up fights. I would at bars. I would like go up to people that were like arguing and stuff, and I would like break it up and stuff and calm everybody down. I just had a way with words sometimes, but not this night. It was too crazy. There was too many people. It was pretty wild. But yeah, that was 2000, and it happened in 2006, July 4th, 2006. I do remember D. Hayes, the name. Leave Storie Grubb, but there are so many idiots. Sorry, I haven't been reading the messages. Why are you deleting vids, internet? You don't have to delete your vids for anybody. Go ahead and be your crazy self. Sorry that I don't see them very often. I'm always watching. I just get stuck watching the craziest stuff, and I just kind of like, when I'm not on here talking to you or something, or like interacting in other small ways, I'm just like, it's nothing personal. It's never anything personal. Good night, Daniel. Yeah, I do remember D Hayes. I remember. Can't remember exactly. What if it? I don't know if I can see you. I can't. I can't really look through the camera at you. Dang it! What do you look like? Tell you what. Take a picture. This would be the perfect time to get my cat to go inside. She's not gonna let me though. She's gonna catch me. I gotta put her inside. Damn it. Hold on now. Let's go inside. Oh my gosh. Sorry I didn't draw or anything. Luck of the draw. I was gonna juggle, but I don't have any. I don't even have any juggling balls. I have knives. I can juggle with some knives. No? Okay. Fair enough. My producers are doing this again. I don't know. They're using 3 fingers. It looks like though. That must be serious. What the devil? Sorry, everybody. I'm getting sidetracked here. Oh, thanks for all the likes too. I appreciate that. 47. Yeah. Internet is from the Scandinavian side of the moon. They've got all sorts of weird shit going on over there. I'm not gonna joke about that. I mean, it's just some serious shit. And if you listen to this, you're gonna be crazy. It's gonna turn you, man. Just look. God damn, no. Fuck no. They're giving me the signal, and I'm not gonna fall for it this time. I'm not gonna fall for it. Okay, goddamn. Now they're like holding up heads, like severed heads. I don't care. They don't even look like me. Son of a bitch. Sorry. I have to bend down just a little bit so that they can't see me. Who are we talking about? I don't know. Hello, Angla. About martial arts, too dangerous? Well, you've got to be careful about who you tell your martial arts to. There's always going to be graboids out there that are trying to grab your skills from you, take your bits of your soul, one fisting at a time. You want to be on the cutting edge room floor of the grounds. You want to be able to thrust your way up into the upper class so you can change things for the rest of us. Don't tear the ladder down once you get to the top internet. You put the ladder down and it multiplies. You put 2 ladders together and they have babies, stepping stools. They get older, they turn into ladders. I mean, we've talked about this quite a lot. I thought that you would have had this down. You were taking notes last time. I asked you if you were taking notes. Refer to your notes because it's all there. The stepping stools turn to ladders. They grow up. They get old. They don't get brittle though, like humans. They age well. They age like wine. But they don't whine. They just do their goddamn job. Yeah, no? Okay, maybe. I mean, that's what I would say to them if I only had a brain. Oh gosh. Well, they hang him outside the window. Like it's some kind of threat. When it's not. Ain't no kind of threat to see severed heads. It'd be more some kind of a threat to think people right out of their heads. Like that with little legs and stuff like that. That'd be freaking scary. I mean, yeah, me too. I would be like running for the freaking hills if I saw that. But dangling, no. I mean, danglers, I'm not scared of danglers. I got plenty of those coming out my ass. I mean, Flush them down the toilet. What am I supposed to do with those? What? Oh gosh, I didn't even have my pants already plugged in. I wasn't even plugged in all the way, everybody. I'm sorry. I've been reading this site all day. Oh gosh. Something about blight choker. Caught up with blight choker in Tucson, Tennessee, directly across the street from the southern United States. Okay. Well, that's strange. Whose is this? Really good. I thought we were talking about rock and roll. In a nutshell, your ladders got divorced and remarried. Now I have 2 stepladders. That was a good one. That was very good. Do you want a job? Head writer. That actually is a really good one. Buddy, what is that? Body. What does that even say? Body chinix? It's almost like you're trying to get me to say words. So I'll say something naughty or something. Body chinix. Body chinix. That sounds kind of racial in some kind of weird racial way. But only if you're like a sprinter or if you can do the 100-yard, like a race. Some kind I'm just kidding, internet. Okay. Well, if I wouldn't take it down, is it getting a lot of views? That's the thing, you know? I mean, if it's not getting a lot of views, why worry about it? My videos, sometimes I put out videos and they're like super cheesy. Or I just put out videos that I know are just cheesy, like dad jokey kind of video, like little clips, like for the shorts. Because I'm trying to like figure out how to keep them just short and sweet, but it's a lot, especially doing multiple ones a day. It's really hard to kind of hone something in and because when you want to do so much, it's hard to like hone it in. But even my videos don't get a lot of views. If they were getting millions of views, I would probably think a lot more about what I'm doing, you know. But they're not, you know. I would say just leave your stuff up. Who cares? Because I always feel too that the videos and vlogs and I think that kind of stuff is super important. And never deleting stuff if you can help it, or at least just making it private, you know, because you know you might regret it someday if you delete it. Is all I'm trying to say. But it's also, I think, cool to have a record that, you know, as long as YouTube will be here and as long as your channel is there and intact, there'll be this little time capsule of videos for you to, or whoever, to stumble across someday. And I think that's really cool. Like, I think it's important to, I've ever, even way before YouTube and all this stuff, when my friend gave me, I think it was a 16 millimeter little digital camera, you know, I was always filming. I have tons of DV tapes and other old tapes and stuff when I was a teenager, where I was just always filming and doing weird and walking home and just talking to the camera, and everywhere I lived I used to do it. And you know, it's like documenting your life. I think is kind of an interesting thing to do, even though you could, just like an old diary or something, you go back and read a page and it could be cringy sometimes. But life is cringy. Life is cool. Life sucks. Life is worth it. Life is, that's what it is. That's what life is. It's all of it. It's everything. And I think it's interesting capturing it in the ways that we can now, because everything is captured now. But I say never delete. Unless you're murdering somebody, and then delete that shit. Then the Wayback Machine can never touch it. That's me. Get rid of it. Bury it. Hello, Justa. Posting is challenging. I'm working on not being so precious. It's an explanation. Okay. But in general, I just mean, don't be so quick to delete stuff, because somebody somewhere will get something from it, I think, But of course, it's your content, so you make up your own mind. I'm just saying that's my devil's advocate, you know, my not even my advice really, but that's just another way of looking at it too. If you're ever like in a conundrum, like should I delete this? I sound stupid or something like that, Because I don't know. Yes, you're gonna sound stupid. We're gonna sound everything smart. We're gonna make friends. We're gonna lose friends. We're gonna yada yada. Life is crazy. Life is like a box of shartlets. You never know who you're gonna shit, whose pants you're gonna. How's that saying go? Shartlets? Is it shartlets? Yeah. How does it? And you never know what you're gonna shit. I like that. Life is like a bunch of shartlets. You never know what you're gonna shit. That's amazing. How did you come up with that? Oh. I'm all alone out here. Oh, that means I just made that up though. How did I come up with that? Because I'm funny. Oh, that's right. Anyways. Yeah, and it's important to not as far as what you were Petra. You can't be too shy about putting yourself out there, which is because once you get past that, once people get past the persona or whatever it is of the person and see what you're really doing, those are the people I want to watch my videos anyways, those are the people that I want to talk to that come here and support me and actually say some really cool things or talk to other people in the chat or like moderate my stuff, and I think the whole thing's fascinating. But it is challenging because I don't want to just put out videos that are just like forced either. But I've kind of it's hard too because everything I put out, I want, especially my shorts and short videos or whatever they are, any kind of video on this channel, I want it to be about art. So I have to kind of always have that in the back of my head when I'm doing the videos. So sometimes when they don't seem like they're about art, they are because they're about the music or it's a song or something like that. But I like to joke about art and break down some of these these barriers between artists and just everyday, I don't know, like the people that are successful and the people that are more like me. Unsuccessful but passionate. I never made the connections that I needed to, and I've only ever rubbed people the wrong way. I don't know why I'm like this, but I've done so much. There's been times in my life when I could have, potentially met the right people, or I didn't meet the right people, but I always messed it up. And when I was younger, I used to drink, and I would sabotage those sorts of meetings, and I was pretty awful. And I would do things on purpose just to sabotage it because I always wanted to always just be a certain kind of artist, like outside the norm, outside the big club, even though it doesn't matter. My cat's trying to get out. Anyways, I should go. I just want to say that I love you. Hold on a second. Don't cry. Fine, come on out. Jeez. Tear down the door. She's so silly. Oh gosh. Anyways, that's all I gotta say. Get off my lawn, partner. Oh, broken glass bodies. Not that. Hello, T-shirt. I'll tell you what I told in my latest vid. Okay. This was a fun stream. Have a good night, everybody. Good night, Petra. And good night, everybody, please. Family Teeth, love your name. It's the Family Teeth. It's the Family Teeth. Everybody's here with me. We got Rico and Billy. We got Sally and we got little Jimmy and Tally Can and may come back home tonight. Everybody's gonna die. That's right. Someday. Family Teeth. Family Teeth. Family There we go. Well, see, I was born on the wrong side of the rainbow railroad tracks, and I was going on the other end, underneath the river, where that creature, it pulled people out and bit them in half, and then screamed into bloody murder like I was going somewhere fast when I wasn't. I was dreaming the whole goddamn thing. That didn't stop me from dreaming. That didn't stop me from living. Didn't stop me from breathing. Didn't stop me from giving. But I also got God. I also got God. But get busy living, get busy dying. You still have a choice. Unlike me, I have no soul. Anyways, love you guys. Y'all be safe. Love your neighbor. Feed the poor. And be good to yourself. Be good to yourself. You deserve it. I love you. Take care, T-Shot. You were born on 3. Well, with great power comes great psychoactive responsibility. Always remember that.